What is up? It's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. It's gonna be a book haul of all my recent purchases slash gifts slash discards I took from work because I work at a library and there's these discard shelves and like you get them for free. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Ooh, you could see my ring light through these glasses, huh? I'm gonna just... Ooh, now I feel weird. Now my face looks naked. I'm sorry if that glare bothers y'all. It never bothers me when I watch other people wear glasses. So these are just my blue light glasses that I've been wearing all night pretty much because I've been editing and now I'm filming and we're just on grind mode tonight. So yeah, this is a book haul. All the books are behind me. It's a mess. My shelves are a mess because I took them all out and I'm dreading putting them back, let me tell you. I have to remember to take a thumbnail. Please remember, Jan, I swear to God. Okay, we're just gonna get right on into it and we're gonna try to make this as quick and painless as possible. I don't want to take too long. I don't want to give prolonged synopses for each of these books. I'm just gonna show y'all and thank y'all if you sent me something and we're gonna move on with life. So as always, I start my book hauls with the gifts I got, book mail and stuff from you guys or family members, whatever. By family members, I usually mean just my mom because she spoils me. We'll start with that as always to express some gratitude around here. I'm gonna start with what I'm currently reading actually, which is why I only have the dust jacket because the book is somewhere in my bed. Girls of Fate and Fury by Natasha Ngan. This was gifted to me by Sid from Sid Bookworm. Thank you so much, girl. I freaking love you. She pre-ordered this for me. She also bought me one of my favorite albums by this band called The Story So Far, and I just, my God, I can't wait to meet you, Sid. She literally lives so close to me. I don't know how we haven't met yet. This is the third and final installment in the Girls of Paper and Fire trilogy, and I'm enjoying it. I love being back in this world. I really loved the first book. The second book was alright. I'm hoping this doesn't disappoint. Basically, there are three castes in this world. There's Paper, Steel, and Moon. Paper is just full humans. Steel is half human, half demon. Moon is full demon, so like full animal form. So I really like how they like combine and describe the human demon forms. Yeah, basically these paper girls are this demon king's concubines. I always feel weird saying that word. That sounds like I say that word often. It's only when I describe these books, I promise. And it talks a lot about, you know, standing up for yourself, and there's a sapphic romance, and there's a lot of like feminist elements. Trigger warnings for like abuse, sexual harassment, sexual abuse. Just look up trigger warnings because I'm sure I'm missing some. I said I wasn't gonna go on and on about books and here I freaking am. Some of these, there might be multiple from the same person. I just have them in a big ass pile. I have them separated from my purchases versus gifts. So like, it's gonna be all over the place, okay? Sorry in advance, but y'all know how chaotic I can be. Next I have Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. This is an art copy given to me by Isabella from the Feminist Bookworm. I actually met her this late last month. She gave me a bunch of books, so her name's gonna pop up a lot. But this is the same author as the Cursebreakers trilogy, so A Curse So Dark and Lonely, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, A Vow So Bold and Deadly. And I think this is a first in a new series, and I honestly have no idea what it's about. It seems like a fairy tale retelling. I could be wrong. I know there's like a kingdom of some sort. I really... Y'all know I suck at synopses. Like, I don't even know why I do hauls, to be honest. So there's a kingdom, there's a rebellion. Ooh, apothecary apprentice Tessa Cade. I don't know why apothecary is such a buzzword for me ever since I read The Lost Apothecary for my book club, which all the information for is always linked down below, by the way. Shameless plug. I really liked Bridget Kemmerer's writing, especially in the second book of the Cursebreakers trilogy, so I'm excited for this one. I'm so grateful that Isabella gave me a copy because I have picked this up from Barnes & Noble and put it down so many freaking times. Same with at the library. I always see it and I'm like, do I check it out? And I'm like, but I want to own it, but like I don't want to spend money on it. And then Isabella came through. And I think Naomi finished this book and she really liked it, so I'm so excited for this. Next is one of those discards that I was talking about from work. So I just take off like the library plastic covering and it looks like I got it from like Hot Price Books, you know? Except it has like the barcode. But anyway, Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. So I'm sure y'all have heard of this book. It is dark academia, it's claustrophobic, it's an isolated setting. This girl can't leave this Catherine house. She can't talk about Catherine house to anybody. I think they take away her phone or something. I don't know. And then like weird shit starts happening. I heard this book is not for everyone. I know Naomi absolutely hates this. I know a few people who absolutely love it though. So like it is a mixed bag and I'm excited. Whoa, I thought this was an octopus the entire time on the cover. It's a freaking gate. Not me being shook. I haven't really read the synopsis and I think I want to go into this like mostly blind, as I do with a lot of books, because I don't explain synopses well anyway, so like why? Yeah, so that's all I know about this one. I heard like shit comes out of walls and there's like some gross writing in here. I don't know, I'm here for it. Ew, it has deckled edges though. Don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but it's there. Next, I have an arc of Last Girl Ghosted by Lisa Unger. This author wrote Confessions on the 745, which I also have an arc of. My friend Christina from The Literary Lifestyle gave me. This is about a girl who meets a guy on a dating app and shit goes awry. I used to be so against dating apps and then I went on them this year. I know I could relate to some of this and I am done with dating apps. I'm over it. So if I get terrified of them after this, then so be it, you know? So it says like she shared too much too fast. She learns there were others, girls who thought they were in love later went missing. So excited for this one. But I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I don't really hear anyone talk about this author at all. I know Confessions on the 745 was one of the Goodreads Choice Awards, I think, last year, but other than that, I haven't heard anyone talk about this book specifically. Next, I have another discard. Why do I say it like that? Another discard from work, and I've had my eye on this for a while. It's called First We Make the Beast Beautiful, and it's a nonfiction. It talks a lot about anxiety. I don't think it's a memoir. If you know me, you know I love books with mental health rep, and I love reading about mental health too. Just love to learn about how the brain works. I do have anxiety. I take medication for it, so like reading this would probably be very relatable and would make me feel seen, so I am excited for this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. Ooh, the author of my favorite self-help book, Mark Manson, blurbed it. Love that. Yeah, I haven't been reading much nonfiction lately and it's really making me sad, but one of my goals for 2022, spoiler alert for my 2022 goals video, is to read one nonfiction a month. So hopefully getting to this next year. Speaking of nonfiction, this is from Bestie Jessie. They got me Demonic Foes. They came to visit and they gave me a bunch of like books that they had duplicate copies of or like arcs that they didn't care for or whatever. And this is one that they have a duplicate of. So we're probably gonna buddy read this at some point. And they know I love true crime and they've never read true crime. So I'm so excited for this. So this is a true crime book about this investigator who interviews people who have been possessed or who are possessed. So freaky to me. I'm like kind of terrified to read this book. It's not too long. I hope Jessie buddy reads this with me so I'm not freaking out by myself. Next, I have another one from Isabella. She got me Some Mistakes Were Made by Kristen Dwyer. And Isabella has already read this and she said it's one of the best books she's ever read. She said it was super quick to read. She became friends with the author and she got this book as a Word doc. Like how freaking cool is that? She said it reminded her a lot of You've Reached Sam in certain ways, and I loved You've Reached Sam. So I don't know if the plot is similar, but all I know is the chapters are pretty short. The writing is pretty quick. So this girl is forced to move halfway across the country. Is there a second chance romance in this? Because if there is, girl, I'm all over it. It's supposed to be heartbreaking or whatever. I don't know, but it comes out in April of 2022. So I've got time. Another one from Isabella is an arc of One True Loves by Elise Bryant. This author wrote Happily Ever Afters. This comes out in January. I think it's just about this girl who travels for some reason. Another irresistible romantic comedy full of self-discovery, black love, and a dreamy European cruise. That sounds fun. I love rom-coms, but I have to be in the mood for it, you know? That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I have been dragging ass. Next, I have a book from Malka, who is paperback. What is it? Is it Paper Procrastinators? I always forget her freaking Instagram. Oh my god. But she got me Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. Malka's so sweet because literally I almost bought this with Jessie when we went to Barnes & Noble, and then I posted about it and I was like, oh my god, I want this so badly, but next time I guess. And then Malka just bought it for me. My friend Issa from Ray or Shine here on BookTube just posted a dedicated reading vlog of this and it made me want it like that day. And this is a YA fantasy. Oh, I gotta washi tape this note. I'm slacking. I just know that the main character is a bad bitch. I think Issa said there's like morally gray characters in here, which I love. What the fuck? Why do I not know anything about this? Is this a retelling? I don't even know. But this is the author of The Merciful Crow, and the cover is pretty. So I'm not even gonna try with this one. Just watch Issa's vlog, subscribe to her. She'll tell you what this is all about. Next, I have a book that was sent to me by Sourcebooks Fire. It is The Grimrose Girls by Laura Pohl. I'm so excited for this. I'm definitely gonna pick this up for one of our Sapphic-a-thon months. Jesse and I host a monthly Sapphic readathon every month called Sapphic-a-thon, and it's a 24-hour readathon where you just read Sapphic books, and it's a fun time. Follow us on Instagram for more information on that, or subscribe to me and Jesse, and we announce our guest co-host every month, if we have prompts, if we have like a group book, things like that. But yeah, definitely gonna read this because this has a lot of rep. Like this, I think this has demi rep, trans rep, a Sapphic relationship. There are 4 girls, and I think this is dark academia too, but there are 4 friends who try to investigate this girl's murder, and that is all I know. They soon learn that all the past murders are connected to ancient fairy tale curses. Stop, I didn't even know that. Okay, maybe in January, question mark? I don't know, dark academia is just a buzzword for me. Like, if there's murder at a school, give it to me, you know? Next is a book I bought with Jesse when they came to visit, and that is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. I'm sure you've heard of this, it has been around for a while now. This is about a 9-tailed fox, or a gumiho, I never know how to say that. Jesse said the romance is perfection in this, and they're not a fan of romance, so that's saying a lot. And I think like the guy is a mortal boy, and the 9-tailed fox girl has to do something, who must consume the life force of men every full moon or die herself. Ever fearful of becoming more of a monster, Mi-young kills only when she has to, and even then only those guilty of horrific crimes. Ji-hoon, a handsome human boy, is being attacked by a goblin in the woods. She saves him, violating her mother's rules of survival and her own good judgment. Mi-young loses her fox bead and forces Mi-young to choose between her immortal life and Ji-hoon's. Okay, I love, again, like morally gray characters, and then like when they have to make decisions, like tough decisions, I love that too. I need to write that down in my tropes I love note, because Jesse and I are thinking of making a video that talks about that. I don't know if we're doing it in a collab way or like in a together discussion type of video, but I don't know when I'm gonna see them again. So what was I saying? What did I say? Another book from Isabella, The Drowning Summer by Christine Lynn Herman. I just was drawn to this book because of the author, not gonna lie. Don't know what this is about, don't really care, because I'm not even a fan of books set in the summer. But I see the word murder. Oh, I see the word spirit. Does this have ghosts? Is this paranormal? What? But The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman was really good. I have the second book from the library. I have All of Us Villains, which is also by the same author, and Amanda Foody as well. I guess we'll move on to this, even though it wasn't a gift. It's a gift from me to me. This is gonna get a lot of hype. It's already starting to get a lot of hype, and it just looks badass, you know? Every generation at the coming of the blood moon, 7 families in the remote city of Ilvernath each name a champion to compete in a secret tournament to the death. So there's like blood magic, there's a tournament, there's generational shit, legacy shit. I'm here for it. Another book from Isabella, we have Parachutes by Kelly Yang. I've seen this at work, and it was actually like one of the book club books at our library, so it must be good, right? The chapters are super freaking short. Ooh, Speak enters the world of Gossip Girl in this modern immigrant story from award-winning author Kelly Yang about 2 girls navigating wealth, power, friendship, and trauma. Okay, so it's about 2 rich girls dealing with shit that they went through. Wow, that is the vaguest thing I've ever said in my life. They're called Parachutes, Chinese teenagers sent by their wealthy parents to attend school in the US. Claire never thought she would be a parachute, but when Claire's parents enroll her at a private high school in California, she must figure out what she wants from her new American life. Honestly, I'm here for it. Why does my phone keep freaking vibrating? I'm over it. Next, I have a book sent to me by Hello Lovely Box. I am a Hello Lovely Box rep, and you could use my code. Oh my god, I gotta take my birth control. Use my code JustJan15 for 15% off your bookish goodies on HelloLovelyBox.com. But they sent me Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm assuming it's a romance. I was just drawn to the title, being Wicked. They offered to send me a book from this like list of books, and I was like, oh, I know Jennifer L. Armentrout. I like the word wicked. Maybe it's witchy, who knows? I kind of just want this to shock me as well. Next, I have a book from my good friend here on BookTube, Naomi from Naomi's Library. I mentioned her before in this video, but she sent me The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. It was pretty funny because I got this in the mail the day that I checked it out from the library, which is wild. I'm assuming this is about a bad bitch who is a princess, and I know the book starts off with her being in love with the stable boy at the kingdom or whatever. So, ooh, she's given an ultimatum. Marry the leader of a neighboring kingdom or lose her crown and possibly her life. Love that. Another one with tough decisions. Wow. Okay. Oh, book 2 is already out? What the heck? I'm slacking. Excited for this one because the chapters are really short, and I read a few pages while I was at work one day and it captured my attention. So thank you, Naomi, for this. Next is another one from Jessie. They gave me The Perishing by Natasha Dayon. This was a book of the month pick, so that's how I heard about it. And then Jessie had an arc, so I was like, yes, give it to me. So it is set in 1930s Los Angeles about this immortal woman, and immortality is apparently one of my favorite tropes. And I found that out as Jessie was giving me this book. I was like, wow, I really do like books with immortality. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, A Dowry of Blood. Hello. Yeah, so I'm very intrigued by this, and I've heard good things. My mom bought for me on Black Friday along with my Kindle Paperwhite. Love you, Mom, if you're watching this. But she got me Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover because Sarah from Sarah's Shelves recommended this to me. I always wanted Verity to be my first Colleen Hoover, but this is for sure gonna be my first one. I'm gonna read this month because I was reading the synopsis at work and it involved a no strings attached situation. Like the guy like didn't want commitment and the girl was like too busy for commitment or whatever, and then so they agree on a no strings attached thing, and then feelings get involved, and it just seems relatable, okay? And I know there's some sort of pregnancy thing happening in this. I don't know. My friends have warned me because they know how much I hate that trope, so we're just gonna try to look past it and hope for the best. I really hate this cover. Like Ugly Love, more like ugly fucking cover. Ew, I don't understand. Colleen Hoover's cover designer needs Jesus. Okay, next, another one from Jessie of All's Well by Mona Awad. So this is the author of Bunny, which is one of the most fucked up, crazy, insane books that I've read and loved. Jessie didn't understand anything about this book, but they said that it has good chronic illness rep and it's just as crazy as Bunny. So I'm definitely gonna read it. They said I probably won't understand it either, but they think I'd enjoy like the writing and the experience. I know it involves Shakespeare somehow, so if you're into that, there's that. The next two I just got today from work, so I still have the library plastic cover on this one, but False Witness by Karen Slaughter. Got this bitch for free. It's definitely because the binding is messed up, but this is Karen Slaughter's newest release and I don't know what it's about, but I know McKay from McKay's book club gave it 5 stars, so I trust his word. And I've read Karen Slaughter's Pretty Girls. That's pretty much it. I also have The Good Daughter on my shelves somewhere, but I want to give her another chance, and if McKay says it's good, I'm here for it. I think Gabby liked it too because this was one of her book club picks or the book troop. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. It's a thriller, a long one. I think it's like a courtroom thriller, or did I make that up? I definitely made that up. Oh, okay. The reason I thought that was because the main character is an up-and-coming defense attorney at a prestigious law firm in Atlanta. This is hyped enough. Y'all have heard of this, right? Right. The next book I got is an arc that comes out in March, and I'm so excited for it. I've never heard of it, but something about the cover intrigued me. I don't know. It's called Tell Me an Ending. It's a dystopian book where there's this tech company that like erases your memories, and I love books that like deal with memories for some reason. I don't know. There are 4 characters. One is a grad school dropout, one almost has no memories at all, one struggles with PTSD, and another one is suspecting his wife of having an affair. It just sounds so intriguing. Like there's so much going on, it seems like. There's multiple perspectives, so love that. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I read a dystopia. Probably like the second Handmaid's Tale book. Next, I have a book from Catherine from Cat Reads, and then a few numbers, I don't remember, but we follow each other on Instagram, and she got me The Wolf of Oroñaro, which is by a Filipino author, and it's called the Bitch Queen series. They called me the Bitch Queen, the She-Wolf, because I murdered a man and exiled my king the night before they crowned me. I don't know, it just sounds so intriguing to me, and I love wolves, and I'm Filipino, and I heard good things about this. I haven't even checked if the chapters are short. Okay, they're not too short, but Jessie said they started this, and they said it's a very straightforward fantasy, so I wouldn't get too confused. Love that for me. Speaking of Jessie, the last book from them that I have in this haul is Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. They just finished this book, gave it 5 stars, so I'm super excited for this. It's a YA fantasy about this girl named Coffee, who accidentally unleashes like this zoo of magical beasts, I think, and honestly that's all I needed to know. Like, I love the cover. There was so much hype around this. I love the font, love how floppy this is. It just seems like such a good time. You know when you just feel it? I have The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I've only read one book by Ruth Ware and it was In a Dark, Dark Wood. I liked it. And I have a lot of her books on my shelves actually, so I might do like a Ruth Ware vlog. I think this is about like a nanny. I definitely got that wrong. That is a whole different, I think that's the turn of the key. That's definitely the turn of the key. Oh my fucking god. This is about this like person that dies, and then this person, Harriet, gets a letter about her grandmother dying, but like her grandmother died 20 years ago. She was like, okay, there's an inheritance involved, so then she goes to the funeral or whatever anyway, and then I think she like fakes it till she makes it type shit, so that's exciting. And then I have, again, from the discard shelves at work, The Swallows by Lisa Lutz. All I know about this one is that it's dark academia, and honestly, I will pick up anything that's dark academia. Dude, who the fuck? What is happening? Why are there so many things going on my phone? Ooh, creative writing assignment. Not a boys will be boys attitude. It's a pretty backlisted book, so we'll see. Okay, now off to my purchases. So I read this end of November, and it's Halsey's poetry collection. I'll link my November wrap-up down below for my review or whatever. Got it for 50% off at Barnes & Noble on Black Friday. Oh, my mom got me this. Next two are my book of the month books for December, and I picked A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Don't know anything about this besides the fact that it's a thriller. Someone probably goes missing. I don't fucking know. And then another thriller I have is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. One of Jesse's favorite books this year, I think, is what they said. And this was one of the Book of the Year nominees for Book of the Month, and it's the only one that I didn't own yet. And all I know is that this probably has a lot of good discussions about race. I heard it made some people cry. So excited for that. Love books that made me cry. I got My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. Jesse hated this book, but I'm still willing to try it out. I've never read anything by Stephen Graham Jones, but I think this is about a girl who loves like horror movies or something, slasher films. I think it's set in a small town, and then I think it's like basically a real life slasher movie type shit, but I love this cover. I got The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, who's the author of The Cruel Prince, and this is a vampire book, and Cami from Burrows and Books said this is her favorite vampire book of all time, so like that's all I needed to know, right? Like clearly I'm very easily influenced by my friends when it comes to reading, at least. And y'all know I've been in a super vampy mood ever since A Dowry of Blood has entered my life. This will be read soon, she said, hopefully. And then I have another edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is the Waterstones edition. I got it for pretty cheap. I was so shook when US shipping was free. This is my 6th copy, and it has like fan art in the middle, and there's like all these extra illustrations. This is what the naked book looks like, and the end pages are beautiful. I'm actually rereading Addie LaRue. Like, I started it last night at like 2 a.m. and I'm super excited. Speaking of books I've read before, I have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I checked this out from the library like years ago when it first came out, 2019, and I remember loving it, and I remember damn near crying. And I love Margaret Rogerson's writing. I read Vespertine in September, which is her newest release. I just got the urge to reread this at some point. I still have yet to read An Enchantment of Ravens, but this has a lot of like book magic in it. The YA romance in this does get super YA and super cheesy at times, and like kind of insta-lovey, but you know, if you look past that, the world building and the magic system and everything, this little demon friend guy, Silas, it works. I love it. Next, I have a special edition of When Night Breaks by Janella Angeles. Have I read the first one? No, I haven't, but you know, I got the first one from Half Price Books. I found it, and it's a special edition. It's the same edition, so when this came out and got announced, I didn't want it to sell out. I wanted a matching sequel. So yeah, the first book is Where Dreams Descend. This is also a Filipino author. My friend Isa loves this book. It's like her freaking brand. All I know is that it gives like Greatest Showman vibes. Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte said that the two main characters really give Zendaya and Zac Efron vibes. This is a sequel, and I know nothing about the sequel because I haven't read the first one, but I'm thinking of reading it in January for Kayla's Buzzwordathon. It fits the prompt. I have a Buzzwordathon video coming very soon, and I'll talk about all that later for Books and Lala's little reading challenge. Next, I have A Psalm of Storms and Silence, which is the sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. So the first one was about this girl who had to kill a king in order to resurrect one of her family members. The guy is trying to win this competition in order to kill her so that he could save his sister from this like demon or whatever. And again, I go into sequels blind because like I don't want to spoil myself, you know? And I don't want to spoil y'all if you haven't read the first one yet. I got this special edition bind up because it was 25% off at Barnes & Noble because the location we went to is shutting down like for good. And it's just beautiful. I love the blue and red silver edges. It is a bind up of Carrie, The Shining, and Salem's Lot. The Shining is the only Stephen King that I've ever read. Carrie, I've only seen the movie. I have not heard good things about the book, but Salem's Lot I'm excited for because again, it's vampy. We're almost done, y'all. 4 more. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and Isabella was actually the one who got me to want to bite the bullet and buy this because she's read it like 4 times and it came out in like September or some shit. But this is like a fairy tale retelling and she said it's really well done. I don't know anything else about it. So the last 3 we have I just got in the mail recently. I have Madam. I just finished this last night. It is A Secret History meets The Handmaid's Tale, and that was all I needed to know. So the setting's in Scotland, Edinburgh to be exact, and it gets super fucked up real quick. It's dark academia. It has like Greek mythology involved too, so like it gives the Maidens vibes. I know some of y'all hate that book, but the way Greek mythology is like intertwined with the story, that's how I connect the two. But the setting is perfect. It's an isolated setting. It gets really claustrophobic, so atmospheric. The writing is very gothic-esque because the pacing is slow for most of the book. The vlog where I read this should be up by the time this video goes up, but if not, follow me on Goodreads. Next, I have Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. This is the author of All the Light We Cannot See. This book has been getting a lot of hype as well. I own All the Light We Cannot See. Haven't read it yet. I had no interest in this book until Naomi hyped it up, but it's set in Constantinople. There's so much going on. There's an orphan. What got me was that I think there's like a magical book or something, or magical library. It just sounds like a ride. So it's a historical fiction. Anna learns to read, and in this ancient city famous for its library, she finds a book. Okay, yeah, we love a lost book moment. Books about books. That's another trope I like. And then lastly, we have a psychological thriller that everybody and their mamas have been talking about. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. So this has been on my radar before it even came out, and I finally have it in my hands, and I haven't read it yet. I checked it out from the library and I was like, I'm gonna read this, and then I didn't. So I just returned it and then I bought it because I'm psychotic. All I know is it's a psychological thriller, dark academia, and I've heard so many good things about it. Everyone's raving about this book. It literally says fans of The Secret History, and I love The Secret History. It's set in Duquesne University. There's a murder. Like I said, that is enough to get me to read a book. That was too much for me to handle. I'm done. I'm over it. If you made it to the end of this video, put the sleepy emoji down below. Thank you so much for watching this book haul. Sorry it was so chaotic. Merry everything and happy always, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!